Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Canelo Alvarez, he continues to prove that he is the most overrated boxer of all time. Have any of you guys ever noticed, no one ever says, I want to be the next Canelo. No one ever says, you never hear old media say, oh, well, this guy or that guy, he might be the next Canelo. We always hear people saying that this guy is the next Floyd Mayweather. We will always hear people compare fighters to Floyd because he is the best to do it. No one wants to be the next Canelo Alvarez. With that being said, Canelo Alvarez comes out and he announces next fight. He's fighting against Edgar Berlanga. Now, believe it or not, Edgar Berlanga was not Canelo's first choice. He was actually in serious negotiations with Chris Eubank. That wasn't a rumor. People thought that maybe that was just talks. No, they were actually in negotiations until Chris Eubank, he turned down the fight because he wanted more money. That's why Canelo is now fighting Berlanga. Canelo has 2 losses on his record. He never avenged any of those losses. Not only did he get dominated by Bivol, but Bivol offered to come down to 168 for the rematch. Canelo, he still turned the fight down. Because every time Canelo Alvarez steps up in competition and fights someone tough, he either loses or he wins in a controversial fashion. The only time we see Canelo Alvarez put on a good performance or even a decent performance is when he's fighting against weaker opposition, like Munguia or Berlanga. Oh, and we can't forget Abney Yildirim. I'm telling you guys right now, Canelo Alvarez stock is crashing right now. Even with him cherry picking, he's not getting the type of reception that he used to get when he cherry picked. No one cares about this fight and no one wants to see it. Canelo, he always says he can do what he wants. He can fight whoever he wants. The fact that Canelo can fight whoever he wants, it makes it even worse because that means he could easily make the biggest fights that the fans want to see. And Canelo Alvarez is telling the boxing world he doesn't care about the fans. He doesn't care what they want. He only cares about a guaranteed win. Canelo Alvarez is 34 years old right now, and he's fighting against the weakest opposition. By way of contrast, look at who Terence Crawford just fought at age 36. He fought Errol Spence. Now he's moving up to 154. His original plan was to move up to 154 and fight Jermell Charlo, when Jermell Charlo was the man and still considered pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. Now that he's out and he lost to Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, he's going after all of the most dangerous fighters at 154. He wanted Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu got beat by Fundora, so then Crawford wanted Fundora. Fundora, he didn't want the smoke, so now Crawford is going against the other champion, Israel Madrimov. Let's be realistic. Let's be really honest about this situation and look at the dichotomy. If it was Floyd Mayweather, Terence Crawford, Gervonta Tank Davis, Shakur Stevenson, even a Devin Haney, if David Benavidez was in their division, they would all be going after him aggressively. They would be pushing for the fight harder than Benavidez would be pushing for it. Because we know when it came to Floyd Mayweather, when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis, they made a career off of beating Mexican fighters, aggressive Mexican fighters that come forward. That style is tailor-made. Not saying it would have been an easy fight, but without a doubt, they would all be licking their chops for a David Benavidez fight. So why doesn't Canelo Alvarez feel the same way? Because he knows that he's a limited fighter. And this is why outside of Mexican fans, there is no one condoning or defending Canelo Alvarez's actions right now. I've seen some Mexican fans in my comment section saying that Canelo Alvarez, he's just doing the same things that Floyd Mayweather did. Any Mexican fan that says that just proves how racist Mexicans are. Because if you're going to say they're doing the same thing, then how do you explain how Mexicans hated Floyd Mayweather for quote unquote doing the same things that Canelo is doing today? You guys remember what you were calling Floyd. You was calling him gay weather. You were calling him all kind of stuff. So where's the names for Canelo now? They're doing the same things, right? The truth is Canelo would never do the same things that Floyd Mayweather did, because if he tried to do the same things that Floyd did, he would have at least 5 to 6 losses on his record. And he would probably be retired by now. Because almost everybody Floyd Mayweather fought, Floyd fought them after they came off of their biggest wins. Floyd Mayweather, he fought Canelo after Canelo beat Austin Trout. In fact, Floyd Mayweather was the one that made Canelo fight Austin Trout. He said, if we fight against each other, you have to beat someone so we can build the fight up. So Floyd told him to fight Austin Trout first. Canelo did it. And then Floyd Mayweather, he completely beat Canelo up. Y'all say Canelo Alvarez is doing what Floyd Mayweather did. When is he going to do what Floyd Mayweather did? Right now, he should be fighting against David Benavidez, because when Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo Alvarez, that was his version of a David Benavidez. He was fighting someone that was naturally much bigger than he was, much stronger, way younger than him, and was undefeated. He had also been calling out Floyd Mayweather for quite some time, just like David has been calling out Canelo. In fact, I remember before that fight was made, Mexican fans were going around saying that Floyd Mayweather was ducking Canelo, and then make every excuse in the book once Canelo loses. Canelo has been moving like this his entire career. A fighter that tested positive for steroids, has 2 losses on his record, got completely dominated, never avenged any of the losses, and today he's fighting against the weakest opposition. And that's the guy that's representing Mexico. And this is one of the reasons why the Mexican greats, they're so quiet about this subject, because they're basically saying, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say nothing at all, especially when it comes to another Mexican fighter. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
The September 14th fight has been made. Canelo Alvarez, Edgar Berlanga. A fight that nobody asked for. Fans are now starting to boycott Canelo for continuing to duck you-know-who. Also, they're going up against the UFC at the Sphere. Ooh, good luck with making a splash with that one.
What do you think? I don't want to fight with Juan Mexico or Benavidez. But look, I hear his dad talking a lot of shit. But look, he's accomplished nothing.
Tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Diki Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodiki.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.